Hey guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Amanda Rose, and if you're a returning friend, I hope you're having a great day. So in today's video, it is a very exciting one. Once I ordered these items, I could not wait. I will be doing a review and first impressions on Selena Gomez's beauty brand called Rare Beauty. I did open the box just to see what the packaging would look like. Before we do get started, please subscribe to my channel for makeup and lifestyle. Also, don't forget to click the post notification bell just to be notified when I do upload a new video. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. I'm so excited to try this out. Like I said, I've been waiting for maybe about 7 days for this, but I wanted it so bad. I wanted to try it out. I feel like with the aesthetic, it was just very up my alley, extremely simple, which on a regular day-to-day basis, I either don't wear any makeup or just wear a tiny bit, even if I do go out. The first product that we have here is the Always an Optimist 4-in-1 Mist. This is a glow boosting mist that hydrates, primes, sets, and refreshes skin. They only have one size here. What really drew me to this instead of the other primer is that this has niacinamide in it. It helps improve the appearance of skin. It has sodium hyaluronate, helps to keep the complexion looking hydrated and plump. This also has botanical blends of lotus, gardenia, and white water lily. Soothes, calms, and nourishes skin. So as you guys know, I want to keep my skin looking young and plump and just looking healthy. Okay, let's go ahead and spray this. Okay. The sprayer actually reminds me of the Pixi sprayer. It's not a super fine mist, but it is just like your basic mister. We're gonna go in with the foundation. This is the Liquid Touch Weightless Foundation in 230N. This is 1 fluid ounce. Why does this feel like my face is burning right now? It's only burning like right here where my eczema is at. Anyway, so we're gonna go in with the Liquid Touch Weightless Foundation. This is a weightless foundation with concentrated pigments that feel barely there while providing buildable medium to full coverage with a natural finish. The skin type is for normal, dry, combination, and oily. Free of sulfates, parabens, formaldehydes, like all that stuff. And everything that is in our brand is vegan and cruelty free. It's a serum-like base, so it is going to be very thin. It looks like this has 48 shades for the foundation. Trying to find the color, to me, I felt like was super hard. I just did what was on the Sephora website, and I'm hoping that it's the same colors. All right, this may be too dark for me. It says to shake up. Oh, it's kind of like a spray paint can. For the primer, it does feel a bit tacky, which is nice for being a primer. I'm gonna go in with a brush on one side and a sponge on the other, like I always do. I am quite concerned. It looks like everything is already starting to fall out, and you can't really see inside. If you were to literally knock this over, all the foundation would come out, so that's worrisome. But just gotta keep this out of my son's way. I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit up here. The smell just smells like any foundation, really. I'm gonna go in with the brush side first. Color's a little dark, but that's totally fine. It's definitely a medium coverage, as you guys can tell. It is covering up my imperfections though in like a healthy skin-like look, which I really do appreciate. And the color, even though it is dark, this is definitely kind of like my summer shade. If I were to have gone a little lighter, it probably wouldn't have worked out. So I'm just gonna take a little bit from here and drag this. I'm gonna go in with my e.l.f. sponge. that is one layer with the brush side and the sponge side. As you guys can tell, the brush side definitely gives more of a fuller coverage look, and on the sponge side, it does not. It's still showing my imperfections, and this side actually looks a lot lighter, obviously because this soaked up a lot of the foundation. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do 2 layers and see how it builds, see if it is going to be a full coverage. Now that we've got the foundation on, looking at my face so far, I am actually quite impressed with how well this looks on my skin. Obviously, the brush side is always going to give you a little bit more coverage. So if you love more coverage, I would go with the brush. But if you want something that looks a little bit more natural, then I would go with the sponge side. Either way, it looks really good. It's not settling into any of my cracks. Usually with any foundation, the foundation always settles into my cracks around my mouth or where my smile line areas are at. I do have a couple of dry spots on my face, and it's not picking up on any of the dry spots on my face. Feels like there's a little bit of foundation on my skin, only on the brush side because of the 2 layers that I did put on, but it's not uncomfortable. This side actually feels like there's nothing on my skin right now. It feels tacky, but just like any foundation. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna do all of my eye makeup because I didn't get a couple of the other things, and then we'll be back in just a second to try out the other products. So the eyes are done. I didn't want to do anything too dramatic, and I also wanted to do something that was very simple, didn't do any false lashes because of the brand. The brand seems more like a natural aesthetic, so I just went with a natural, slightly natural look. Now we're gonna get into the concealer. This is a lot smaller than I thought it would be. This is called the Liquid Touch Brightening Concealer. This is in the shade 210N. This is a lightweight hydrating concealer. It is cake free. It is medium to full coverage. It gives you a radiant finish. So I'm assuming that this is not gonna be super drying. I'm really hoping it's not because I don't want my under eyes looking like alligators. This is for normal, dry combination, and oily skin. So this helps with blemishes, dark circles, redness. It is creamy and hydrating, yet long lasting and sweat resistant. So this kind of looks like my Tarte Shape Tape color. I'm gonna go ahead and swatch this for you guys. Okay, so it's very creamy. For my Tarte Shape Tape, I have 29N. That is so close. This is the Rare Beauty one, and this is the Tarte one. The Tarte one looks a little lighter. That is so close though. I'm gonna see if I can only go in with one application. Okay, so I'm going to add a little bit here and on the outside, and then right here. The applicator is kind of cool. It's definitely different. It's not what I'm used to.
Let's get ready.
Yeah, Mama is getting ready. For the brush side, I'm gonna go in with my e.l.f. Flawless Concealer brush. You guys know that I love this brush. Let's go ahead and do this. This is very creamy. It's creamy, but it seems very easy to work with right now. This is blending out so well so far with my brush. It's definitely brightening. I haven't really purchased a brightening concealer in a really long time. I cannot believe how easy. I cannot believe how easy this is blending out right now. I have to be honest with you guys, with this concealer, looking in the mirror and looking in the viewfinder, yes, I'm always gonna have that little line right here, but it is definitely brightening and it is definitely making me look awake. I don't want to say this too early, but I think this might be a new favorite. I have been sitting for a second and it doesn't really look like anything is creasing up. I'm hoping that it doesn't. Even with the sponge, it's blending out really well. All I have to say right now about the concealer, wow. The next product that I'm going to go in with is the Soft Pinch Liquid Blush. This retails for $20. I got the shade Joy. This is a weightless, long-lasting liquid blush that blends and builds beautifully for a soft, healthy flush. Available in matte and dewy finishes. So it looks like you can apply this with your fingers, a brush, or a beauty sponge. It's an orange, corally, peachy shade. Go in with a brush, and then I'm going to use my fingers on this side. Since the applicator is flat, I'm going to apply it like this. Oh Lord, that is pigmented. Please blend out. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, wait a second. Wait a second, we can save this. We can save this with my foundation brush. So I'm just gonna grab my foundation brush and I'm going to diffuse by going out. Okay, that looks much better. It is a little far down, but that's fine. Now I'm gonna grab a little bit more. I'm just gonna do one dot though. I'm literally just gonna do one dot because this just, the other one was too much. Okay, this is really dark. I literally look like a freaking clown right now. All right, I'm gonna go in with my beauty sponge, and that color is really dark. So I'd probably use like half of whatever is in there. This color might actually be a little too dark for me. I should have gotten a lighter shade. Now that we're done with the blush, we're gonna go ahead and get into the highlighter. This is the Positive Light Liquid Luminizer in the shade Flaunt. Online it looked like it would be my color, but we'll see. It's really dark. It's really dark. Okay, we'll see if it works. This is the Positive Light Liquid Luminizer Highlight. The Flaunt is like a bronze gold is what it says in here. It says it is a silky second skin liquid highlighter that creates a lasting, soft, and luminous finish. This is packed with light reflecting pearl particles and a botanical blend of lotus, gardenia, and white water lily. I'm gonna go in with my sponge because I know that a brush is not gonna work for this. Pray for me. A little goes a long way, remember, Amanda? It's a little dark, but it's not bad. If I had darker skin, it'd probably be better. Sometimes I like to wear highlighter on my bare skin. It looks really good on the skin so far. It is very, very light though. I'm gonna see if I can add one more layer. So I'm gonna add this to the back of my hand. And I'm gonna kind of dab it around and then add a little bit more where I usually do my highlighter. So it looks like if you build it up, it definitely gives you that glow that you want. Now we're gonna get into the last two products. I did get two of the lip souffles, and the packaging feels kind of like the NARS packaging for their compacts. This is a lip souffle matte cream lipstick in Courage. This is like a nude mauve. It is a very, very pretty shade. It's definitely got that like whipped mousse type of texture. It says that this is a weightless air whipped lip cream lipstick. It is rich in color, nourishing and hydrating, that gives a soft velvety matte finish. For the lip liner, I'm gonna go in with my Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil in 604 Up and Down Tan. This is definitely soft, super soft. Oh, this is really comfortable. It's just kind of like one of those lip products that you want to keep applying because it feels so good. So this doesn't really feel like there's anything on my lips right now. Now we're gonna try on the star of the show, the one that I was super excited to try. This is the Lip Souffle in Inspire. This is not what I expected, because on Selena it looked more of like an orangey red shade. In person it looks more of like a bluish toned color. So the color isn't super opaque like it would be with a liquid lipstick or a regular bullet lipstick or say a lip gloss. It is definitely kind of like a lip stain. Last but not least, let's go back in with the last product, which is the Prime and Set Spray. Now that everything is done, let's go ahead and quickly get into the products. We're gonna go in with the first product, which is the Always an Optimist 4-in-1 mist. So it is a primer and a setting spray. For it being a primer, I haven't tried it out long enough to see if it would be good as a primer, but so far it's doing really well. For setting, it feels really good. It doesn't feel tightening, it doesn't feel sticky, it feels nice. The sprayer on here isn't too bad. It's not like a super fine mist, but it definitely works. But I have to say right now, it's almost exactly like the Pixi Glow Mist. I haven't used this in a minute. I'm actually gonna spray it on my face to see because I feel like they both smell the same. I'm not quite sure. It's been a minute since I've used this. They smell very similar. These two are almost identical in my opinion. Now we're gonna get into the foundation. I love the packaging of the foundation. I like the size of it. Packaging kind of scare me though, because this is a serum-like foundation. If you knock this over, it will get everywhere. It blends out really well, doesn't get into any of your fine lines. When I'm looking at it right now, it looks really good. It's not separating anywhere on my face. It's not grabbing onto any of my dry patches on my face. The color, I was really surprised because I was like, wow, it's just too dark at first, but it actually works really well on my face. I got shade matched on Sephora. I love that this color matches me right now, even though I'm a little lighter. There's no separating. It's not sinking into any of my fine lines. It's not grabbing onto any of my dry patches. It looks like a very natural finish. You can do one application for a natural look, and it definitely gives you that medium coverage, but if you do want to build it up to a fuller coverage, you definitely get that full coverage. If I were to choose between using a brush or a sponge, I usually always say a sponge because it's a lot faster, but I would actually go with a brush on this one. The brush, I felt like it did take a little bit of time blending it out, but I just feel like if you want to do that one application, the brush is definitely the way to go because you get that coverage that you want. You get more of like a medium to full coverage with the brush, and if you were to go in with the sponge, you definitely have to go in with 2 applications to get that medium to full coverage. Even then, it's probably just a medium coverage because the sponge soaks all of that foundation up. So now we're gonna get into the concealer. What surprised me about this is the applicator on this. I've never really seen anything like it before. It's a lot smaller than I thought it would be, but this is still a good amount of product. Like I said before, I haven't really used an under eye brightening concealer in a really long time because more often than not, it leaves me looking more tired than awake. So it has that opposite effect. But with this one, it didn't do that. I look wide awake. I feel like I look younger. I feel like I look vibrant. I feel like I look highlighted. It was super easy to blend out. You don't need a lot of product. Now, again, I'm going to go with the brush side on this one, especially with this e.l.f. concealer brush. The blush. I love the color. I think this type of color is a color that I would wear again with like this lip shade and like a black eyeliner and some lashes or just mascara. However, you need to be very careful with how much you use. If you're my skin tone, if you're medium or medium to light, this is going to be very pigmented and very dark. I would probably suggest literally going in not with 2 and not even with 1 dot on your face. I would go in with half of a dot and then either use your foundation brush to kind of buff out the color, or you can go in with your sponge and buff out the color because these are super pigmented. But other than that, I really do love this blush and I will still be using it. And then now we have the highlighter. This highlighter has the same applicator as the blush. The highlighter is very, very easy to work with. You can either use your fingers, you can use your beauty sponge. I felt the best way for me to use this was putting it on the back of my hand, dabbing it out, and then putting it on my highest points where I needed it to be. The only thing that I didn't like about it is the color. I should have gone with the lighter color. This Flaunt color is definitely a gold bronze shade, and for my medium to light skin tone, it is way too dark for me. I think I'm going to exchange it for the Mesmerize color, which is the color that Selena Gomez does have in her campaign. Just feeling it, I didn't let you guys know, but just feeling it, it does still feel a little tacky because I did add more on just to see if it would pack a little bit more punch to it. Last but not least, we have the Lip Soufflés Encourage and Inspire. This product here really surprised me because I didn't think that it would feel the way that it feels. These are really comfortable. They're really easy to apply. You don't need a lip liner to go with these if you don't want. The colors aren't as pigmented as I thought that they would be, but it is because they are a souffle. The consistency is very soft and comfortable. And to be honest, they feel like the NYX Soft Matte Lip Creams. They have the same consistency. That's where I know that feeling from, because when I put this on, I was like, I know this feeling. I know that I've tried this before, but it's definitely not this brand. I do love that this red has a soft look to it. If you work in an office setting and you can't wear colors that are super vibrant and in your face, this is definitely a toned down version of it, and I think that you would love it. One thing about this lip souffle is that if you do have dry patches on your lips, it is going to grab onto those. All right guys, so that is it for me. I hope that you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy the video, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. If you guys do want to see anything else, please let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.